Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe, peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the Trillion Dollar Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. It is the weekend, so you know what that means. Charting all our $1 trillion tickers plus SPY plus QQQ. And since we have this Iran war going on, we do have our Iran War 2026 watch list where we watch the oil stocks and the defense stocks and some oil ETFs. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. First up, we got BNO. Now, this thing ran crazy. Remember, the war first started right here. Over this weekend, it had this gap up, and then it's just been running ever since. So let's go ahead and take a look. We started measuring everything just from the top, just say you got in at the top of Monday. That Monday, the highest you would have been up was 46%, and then it ended up coming down all the way to up 14%. If you held strong, it ran up again, and it's currently up 38% from that entry, y'all. So it has been very strong since Friday, April 17th. I feel like it bottomed out here, and it's got nothing but upside. It did stall here on Friday, probably because tech was going so crazy, but to the downside support, we got 52.15 followed by this gap. Once this gap gets filled, I can see us slowing down here at 50, 30, and then 49.05 and 47.65. To the upside resistance, Thursday's high, that's going to be a level. 53.45 followed by 54.65, and then all-time highs if we can continue that momentum. Let's see if we got any smart money concepts. Nope. Let's check the algo, see what we got. Okay, so the algo did give a buy here on Thursday with the entry being 52.70. The stop loss is 51.17, and the target is 54.23. So if you want to take that, it is down 11 cents from the entry. So keep that in mind, y'all. All right, next we got USO. USO, also a very good runner. As you can see, it started down here, and we're going to go from this first, the top of this candle, so we can get everything evenly. The most you were up was 62%, y'all. This was the best one. And then after that, it sold off, and you would have been up 24%. And currently, you'd be up 49%. So great trade. Great trade from just the beginning of March. All right. So let's see. Current price 132.40. To the downside support, we got 129.80, 127. We got a weekly level here at 125. To the upside resistance, I could give you the top of Friday's candle, 133.76, followed by the top of Thursday's candle, which is also the top of the week, 137.50, followed by 139, and then that's the all-time high right there. Let me put the all-time high on there right quick. There we go. All right. So that's the targets. Let's see if we got any smart money concepts on here. Nope. Let's check out the algo, see what we got. All right. The algo also gave a buy here on Thursday. Entry 134.72. Stop loss is 129.87. You would be down $2.32 currently, but The target is 139.57, 144.42, which is right at the all-time high, and then 149.27. All right, that's what we got. Next, let's get to the ETFs now. All right, March 2nd. At the high, you were up 9%, 9.6%. It did turn negative. It was down 7.7%, and currently still down a little bit less than 2%. That's the difference between individual stocks and ETFs. It didn't run nearly as high, and it actually turned negative compared to BNO USO. Current price, 56.87. So is the oil trade over for the ETFs? It looks like it's over. It didn't pan out nearly as good as the individual stocks. But you were up initially. You got a good 9% out there. And that was in about 1 month. But ever since that all-time high, this thing been selling off crazy. All right. Current price 56.87. Your downside support, we got 56.20, followed by the gap, and then 55 and 53.75. And upside resistance, we got 57, 57.70, 58.45. Next, we got XOP. This is also a oil and gas ETF, so it's the same exact chart. So I'm pretty sure you didn't buy it anyway. So next, IEO, same thing. We gonna skip that. Let's get to this though. This one, look at this. This is the war stocks, y'all. This is Lockheed Martin right here. So this actually hit an all-time high on the same day, March 2nd, which we started tracking. And look what has happened, y'all. This thing, the start of the war was the all-time high. So people was buying it up, knowing that the war was about to start. And then as soon as the war started, it just sold off. And it's currently down 25%. Now that is very interesting, y'all. That is very interesting. It's actually a good time to buy. Since this is one of the lead war companies, if you're into investing in war companies that make money off people dying, then you can buy this. I wouldn't buy it. I think it's against my morals to invest in a company that makes money off people getting killed. But it's on discount if you want it. Next, we got Northrop Grumman. Same thing. War company. Same thing. Well, this one hit an all-time high on March 3rd, one day after Lockheed Martin. And it's currently down 25%. So, yeah, it's very interesting how these war stocks sold off since the war started. Next, we got Raytheon. Hit all-time high Tuesday, March 3rd. Let's see how much this one sold off. Oh, this one didn't sell off as much. Sold off 18%. But you can still see that's a crazy sell-off, especially this past week. They beat on earnings too, but that thing still sold off. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, next we got CVX, Chevron. Let's check out Chevron. March 2nd is where we were starting from. You'd have been up 12%. Sold off negative. You was down 7. Now you're down 3%. So you got to take profits, folks. Let's see, March 2nd. Top of March 2nd, you'd have been up 10% at the most, 10.5. Down 11. Currently down 6.7. Is the oil trade over? I'm going to let you decide. Is the war over? I think it's a lot closer to being over because the money has clearly rotated back into technology and semiconductors. And it is not, it completely rotated out of these war stocks, and it's also rotated out of most of the energy stocks outside of BNO USO. All right, thanks for tuning in, folks. I'm your host, Matt Riches. This is the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. We do go live every morning around 5:30 for the pre-market brief, and then the market open as well at 6:30. During the pre-market brief, I give you what's going on in the market overall. I give you announcements for data that came out on Forex Factory. I give you the Fear and Greed Index. I give you Robert Greene's daily law and how it applies to investing and trading. And I give you 3 support levels, 3 resistance levels for each of the $1 Trillion tickers, plus SPY and QQQ. And then the market open show, we see if those levels hit. Normally they do. And I also give you breaking news in the market open show. All right. Thanks for tuning in. And I also give you these wonderful instrumentals and theme songs that I created using Suno AI. Shout out to myself for these wonderful theme songs and beats. And we got a couple sound effects too, y'all. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.